News Now Web Extra.
When I heard the news this morning, I felt very sad. He's become a great friend. That we started out as rivals, but we became great friends. There was a period of time for like weeks we'd talk every day, just as a case in point. But I admired him. I respected him. He had done so much for Omaha, and he had such a passion for our city, our local area, and he had decades and decades of service. So we lost someone who loved his community and invested in it with his sweat and his brains. He was an idea a moment. He was a visionary. And so we're going to miss him. Well, we always had respect towards each other, even when we were rivals. So like on the day after the election, I wept because I heard his speech and I knew the effort he put into it and his heart. And so I had empathy and I had tears with him, even though I wanted to win. I was glad to win, but I felt for the guy because I knew his heart and I thought it was a good heart. And then I would say right after I got elected, I helped him get the Chipman Act done. It was his primary legislative initiative. Some of the folks in our party didn't want to give him a victory. I thought it was wrong. So I helped him get it passed. And then we were in a moderately good rapport there, but it was more on a friendly base, but not a friendship, I would say. Yeah. Then we had the 2018 election where he was running in the primary. 2020, Ann was running. But coming out of the 2020 election, we bonded, and there was a trust there. I mean, we always try to treat each other fairly, and we got to a point literally for a while that we talked every day on the phone, and I loved hearing his wisdom. He had decades of experience. I loved hearing his stories, and so I would say after 2020, we became very close friends.
I get you. So after you're now working in Congress, been doing that for a few years, what lessons can you learn from him, take from him, just what he did in Congress and what he's been able to tell you in your conversations? What can you now take?
Well, when I ran, I had sort of a cookie cutter, a conservative approach, and we passed lots of legislation out of the House, but not very little that got passed out of the Senate. And I learned that if you're going to get something done in Congress, you got to work across the aisle and find where you agree. Don't compromise your values, but look where you can agree, and maybe you get a half loaf versus demanding a full loaf and getting zero or nothing. I think Brad exemplified that. He was a problem solver. And I think by his example, I saw where you could work across the aisle and not compromise your values, but find things you agree on and pass that. I think Brad exemplified that. I think he was sort of, he was inspiration to me to seek consensus. I call it consensus building. I think compromise is a bad word, but consensus building, people embrace.
I get you. With what you just said, that he can build common ground, the fact that he had conservative ideas, he had liberal ideas, that he would be friends with Republicans, and that he was also friends with deep blue liberals here in Omaha.
Yep.
Are those style of politics, do you think, kind of going away? Is it kind of the politics of yesteryear that you feared that that's going away?
Well, we need more of it. Right now, you just see a very hyper partisanship out of Washington right now, and very little of the Brad Ashford a spirit of working across the aisle. Our country needs more of that bipartisanship. We're the greatest country in the world, but we treat each other like enemies. And I don't think we can remain the strongest country in the world if we treat fellow Americans as enemies and adversaries. So we got to realize that we may not agree on how to get there, but we have we love our country all the same. We want our country to remain strong. We want our country to remain prosperous. We've got to work together to protect that and to sustain it. And we have too few people right now willing to reach across the aisle and make that happen. I think his primary legacy will be the outpatient facility at the VA.
Yeah.
Granted, I got to tell you, Lee Terry started this, so he deserves some credit there too. But Brad really he made that his primary focus the 2 years he was in. And then when I got elected, it was during the the session where the lame duck session. Our leadership in the House did not want to give Brad that victory, but I talked him into it, and it was right because to me it was a good bill. It was good for our community. It was good for our veterans. But I think that's going to be Brad really did some heavy lifting there to make that happen, and he worked with Deb Fisher too, so she gets some credit there as well. I think that's going to be his primary legacy is the outpatient facility at the VA. You could see the pride when he walked around the VA and he looked at the beautiful art in there and the beautiful facility. And I enjoyed watching his pride walking through that facility.
I get you. About what I had for I'm curious. I mean, now, I mean that there's been a few years now. Were you ultimately surprised when he endorsed you in 2020? I'm sure it was something your campaign was working on, but obviously it's just rare to have someone that served in politics on the Democratic side so long endorse a Republican in a hot race. Were you surprised when that happened?
Well, there was a bit of a story there because I knew he supported me privately, and I didn't want to push him because he had friends on the Democrat side, and it causes a lot of friction when you do that. And
Yeah.
but he saw a certain person that he thought violated decency, campaign against me for not Kara Eastman herself, but one of her supporters, and it bothered him so much he decided to become public with it. And I think it made a difference in our campaign. We were probably sitting up about 2% at the time, maybe up to. And at the presidential level, Donald Trump was down about 12 points at that point. And so it was a tough race because at the top of the ticket we were struggling in the second district. But when Brad came out and supported me, I think he gave permission to many people who didn't want to vote Republican at the top of the ticket, but wasn't sure how to handle the congressional one. And basically said it was all right to split your vote. And we saw about 17,000 people split their vote. People in Washington, D.C. said they've never heard of anybody endorsing a previous opponent before like that. And it was an honor and it was a blessing. And unfortunately, it cost Brad some relationships, and that hurt me a little bit because politics shouldn't be that personal, frankly. It's simple. Brad tried to do the right thing, and I respected it. It took courage to do it.
Yeah, that is certain. That's certainly so. Don, I think that's all I had for you today. I think we covered the basics pretty well. Yeah, I appreciate you hopping on this and doing this today.
Absolutely. It's an honor to honor Brad. So,
awesome.
Thanks.
Awesome. Well, Congressman, have a great rest of your day. Thank you again.
Thank you.